Welcome to Motown. My name's Dean Case, and I'm the communications officer for Mazda Motorsports. I'm standing in Belle Isle Park, which is between downtown Detroit behind me, in the Detroit River, and across the river from Windsor, Canada. We're here for the annual Detroit Grand Prix, which started out in the 80s as an F1 race through the streets before they moved over to Belle Isle Park. Gorgeous place to have a racetrack, and relatively easy for crowd control because there's only one bridge that gets you onto the island. But before we talk about the details of today's race, let's look back to a couple of weeks ago at Mazda Raceway. Mazda Raceway is obviously the most special place for us because we're inviting fans into our home. We try to do more activation here than any place else. Driver autograph sessions fully activated. We also have the simulators, and one of the fun things about the simulators is having our pros go out and set a benchmark time. You can check out Tristan Nunez here, total serious race face. That's probably what he looks like under the helmet out in the car. But just a fantastic opportunity. And you look at this, these are not special credentials at a track. Those are anybody who has a general admission pass can get basically anywhere you want to go. You can see it. They opened up the grid walk before the race. It is just wall-to-wall people, but that's just a fantastic aspect of sports car racing, particularly at Mazda Raceway. Very fan-friendly. This is the front straight at Mazda Raceway if you've not been there. Jim O'Sullivan, our Mazda president, gave the command to start your engines that day. Senior Mazda management's there. Military presence there. It was Military Appreciation Day that weekend. Not everyone knows that Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, was once Fort Ord. It was an Army base in the 50s when it was decommissioned and turned into the park. We also gave away a car. How cool was that?
First guy in, and you end up with the car. Absolutely fantastic. What got you, to hear about this contest and to get real involved with it?
Well, we just were getting dinner one night, saw the little coupon on the pizza, and I'm like, you know what? I'll try it. Why not? Least that can happen is I won't win. But I won, and it's awesome.
And getting ready to go green, cars rolling out to the pace lap. Just going to show you a few of the scenes just from the races. Here's obviously the speed source pit control. If you've never been to this track, it's spectacular. You can sit on the hillside and watch large portions of the track. You're not hemmed in a grandstand uncomfortably like at some tracks. We're obviously biased, but Mazda Raceway is a spectacular place to view a race. This was the strongest running for the cars until, unfortunately, the 07 car got punted off the course, and this is the team assessing the damage. Unfortunately, this being a sprint race, only about 2 hours in length, there was no opportunity to repair the car. The car has since been repaired for Detroit, obviously, but in a short race of this duration, there was just no time to get the car back out on the track, unfortunately. For the remainder of the race, it was just the 70 car finishing. Strong run, no mechanical problems whatsoever. So quick rolls in, no fanfare, because unless you're on the podium, it's just kind of debriefing with the crew. John Doohan there to thank everyone for their great effort the weekend. After the race at Mazda Raceway, I caught up with some of the Speed Source team members to talk about what really happened during the race. Long, are you going to lose your deposit? It looks like you had some contact. What happened out there?
Well, I tell you what, our Skyactive Mazda was just awesome today. So much fun to drive here at Mazda Raceway. And I couldn't be happier for all the Speed Source guys to work so hard to give us the car that we did. Just a flawless job by the whole team today, and the car just was really hooked up. So a lot of fun out there.
Sounds great. Now, Sylvain, we were talking before the race about all the changes. It sounds like this is the first time I've seen you get out with a big smile.
Well, it's just validation for all the work that the guys have done. I mean, just a short 90 days ago, we were just really concerned about reliability on our Skyactiv Mazda. I know that's not the concern. Now we're working on speed, but not that we're 10 seconds off. We only a couple of seconds on race pace, maybe 1.5. Earlier in the race, we were matching the starting drivers. So just a whole bunch of progress done by the entire Speed Source Skyactiv team. Just really proud of them, really proud of the engineering that Mazda puts into these great cars. Go out there and get yourself a Mazda because they're awesome.
About the drivability though, it was not just the power. I've heard several of the drivers talking about how it just pulls out of the corner.
That's been the big difference. A lot of tuning and just a lot of massaging done by the boys and all the engineering staff, and really it's given us a car that we can drive now. We've worked on setup, a lot of simulation, and all those things are finally starting to come together. I mean, I'm surprised that we're this good this early. Obviously, maybe it's a little Mazda Raceway luck, so I'll take it.
All right, thanks, Sylvain. John. John Doohan, the Grand Boobah here. How do you feel?
Huge
what
step.
Weekend.
Yeah, huge step forward, and really proud of the race team, Speed Source, technical partners at Multimatic and Bosch. And you know, when you're in the moment at Daytona and you kick a program off and you're 15 seconds off the pace, and you look at a result like we had today on track, cut the deficit during the race down to 2 seconds, and just can't be more proud of everybody. There's still progress to be made, but we've made a huge step forward, and that's what Mazda's all about.
Well, yeah, trouble-free on the 70 car. The 07 will go over and show some names. They just got taken out by a driver error, you know, that they couldn't control.
Yeah, really unfortunate, that deal, but you know, the fact that Joel was running with the leaders, turning lap times with the leaders, again, you have to look at those types of steps and that kind of progress. But, you know, disappointed for that, but overall this weekend was a huge success.
Let's take a look at this very challenging temporary circuit constructed on the Belle Isle Park. It's not a natural road course. It's not truly a street course. It's kind of a, you know, in between. A very unique course. Got some unique challenges for the drivers, and it's a picturesque background. Let's take a look at some of the track details. The Belle Isle course is a very unique situation. It's in the river between downtown Detroit and Windsor, Canada. Very technically challenging, very bumpy. But this is a huge improvement over the original street course, which was in downtown Detroit, which hosted Formula One races in the 80s. So this is a city park. 51 weekends a year, people are just enjoying the park and the river. Once a year, it turns into a full-time racetrack. And you're gonna have to watch, just like Long Beach and some of the other street courses, there is no room for error. You make a mistake here, you're going into the wall. They've done it, Roger Penske organization runs this race the last few years, and they've done a great job of smoothing out the bumps, improving the paddock area, and also adding in additional passing points. Because previously this was a bit of a follow the leader race, but we can expect to see some passing, particularly down into turn 3. That will be the best opportunity under braking. Earlier in the weekend, I caught up with Joel Miller. Joel's also, he's a driver, but he's also an engineer. And I asked him to explain some of the details of the whole gearbox, powertrain assembly, and how the driver has to interface with that to optimize the power out of this engine.
The gearbox that's on our LMP2 race car here is a 6-speed sequential gearbox. When you think of a manual transmission, you might think of an H pattern, which would be in your regular street car, 1 through 6, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, for our car, we have a sequential no-lift shift gearbox with paddle shifters. As you can see here on the wheel, to upshift, you pull on the right paddle, to downshift, you pull on the left paddle. If you need to go to reverse, you go to neutral, you'll push a button on the dash, which will allow it to lock out, and then you could select down 1 more gear for reverse. The same process the other direction if you need to get back to first gear. You might think, well, hey, if I'm just sitting in the car, do I even need to push the clutch in? Yes, the car will not engage first gear unless you push the clutch in. There's a sensor that senses if there's clutch pressure, and if there is clutch pressure, it'll allow you to engage the first gear. Now, what happens if you are downshifting to keep it out of neutral? That same lockout. So if you're in first gear, you cannot select neutral without pushing in the clutch. Also, on the sequential gearbox, you don't need the clutch to upshift. So once you've left the pit box, as we fly out of the gate, all you got to do, you could hold the pedal down and just pull up gears, and on the downshifts, we have what's called an auto blip system. So normally when you downshift with your H pattern or even just a sequential.
In the C2 category. Everyone remembers the win in '91 when Mazda took the overall. But prior to that, 1984 was the first ever class win for Mazda with rotary power at Le Mans. We had a chance at Mazda Raceway to celebrate that 30th anniversary. I sat down with John Davis, who owns that original car that won Le Mans 30 years ago this month. Pretty much every Mazda race fan knows that Mazda won Le Mans in 1991. What not everyone remembers is that wasn't Mazda's first success at Le Mans. In 1984, Mazda Pretty much every Mazda race fan knows that Mazda won Le Mans in 1991. What not everyone remembers is that wasn't Mazda's first success at Le Mans. In 1984, Mazda scored a first place in the C2 category with a very interesting Jim Busby Racing Lola T616 on BF Goodrich experimental street tires. I'm sitting here with John Davis, who owns that car 30 years later. John, how did you end up with this amazing piece of Mazda BF Goodrich racing history?
Well, I was fortunate enough to know Rick Knoop and Canepa, Bruce Canepa, and he had the car in his stable, and I looked at it and it was perfect, but I wanted both cars, so I wound up buying the third place car, which is number 67.
So were you familiar with these cars beforehand, or?
Zero. I had no knowledge of these cars whatsoever. But I wanted to be in the GTP series, and this was a special car, and so I said I wanted to go ahead and purchase them, so I purchased both of them in 2009.
Well, they're very dramatic looking. How are they to drive?
They're like a giant go-kart with unbelievable downforce and braking abilities that it just blows you away. I raced here like 5 years straight with the big GTPs, the big boys, the Giants. As you probably remember, it was the Giants, David and Goliath, okay? And this was David back in 1984 when they raced. And so I was racing with the Goliaths here. All of them had 600 horsepower. I have 320. And in 20 cars, I always finished in the top 10. Always.
Pretty amazing. How much work did you put in? Were these cars this good a condition when you picked them out?
No. We the cars were restored from the outside, but from the inside, we spent well over $300,000 going through the brakes, going through the spindles, motors, gas tanks, and that took us a couple of years to get those up, and now they're what I would say race ready, perfect.
Well, they look amazing. They attracted a lot of attention here. You know, we're celebrating this 30th anniversary with BF Goodrich, but you indicated you're ready to pass the baton?
Yes, I'm ready to pass the baton. You know, I've enjoyed these cars. We've had a lot of fun with them, a lot of exposure with you guys and Mazda. But it's time to pass the baton on to somebody else that wants to put these in their stable and you know, take care of them, display them, race them, and hopefully, you know, keep them around for everybody to see for as long as the relationship has gone on between BF Goodrich and Mazda.
Well, it's 40 years now,
well,
so they're
40 more
good.
years.
Okay, that'd be great. So
okay.
Where can are they available online? How do the people contact you? If this is one of those obviously serious inquiries only. Yeah, serious inquiries only.
If you go online, Club Autosport, John Davis, clubautosport.net, and it's John at TMFCinc.com. You can get a hold of me, and so they're available, and we just want to give them a good home like they've had for the last 5 years.
Well, everyone at Mazda and BF Goodrich is appreciative of you bringing them out here so we could have a little chance for John Morton to be reunited with his old race car and run this classic paint scheme on a modern Mazda MX-5 on current BF Goodrich tires. So thank you very much for bringing this.
It's been a pleasure.
While we were at Mazda Raceway celebrating a number of anniversaries, that 30th anniversary of winning at Le Mans, also this year is the 25th anniversary of the Miata. We had a special guest at Mazda Raceway. Chris Cantle drove the Road and Track million-mile Miata to the track, and I had a chance to talk to him about the car. We got a lot of great visitors at Mazda Raceway, including some cool cars. This car has its own Facebook page. This is the million-mile Miata that probably a few of are friends with. Chris Cantle, Chris, can you come in here? Tell us about this car.
Well, this is Road and Track's million mile Miata. It's our longest term project car. And we bought it early this year to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Miata. It's a 1990. It seems like it's original everything. We're not even going to adventure into finding out because it's so old and beat already as it is. But the idea is to put 1 million miles on it. So yeah, it's going to be around for a while.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, one of the previous editors of Road and Track, Dennis Emenitis, bought one of the original ones, and his was blue as well. Is that just luck that you picked blue? Or?
It's not luck one bit. Yeah, this is our favorite color from the initial launch colors. We love the Mariner blue, and Dennis Emenitis' car was definitely an inspiration. His is it's much nicer. Not a dented or dinged body panel. He's got signatures from the original Miata design crew in his glove box, and a spare glove box with nicer signatures on it because Dennis is a picky man.
Yeah.
And this has no signatures on it. It's exactly how we bought it. We're not fiddling with it at all. We're just going to give people the pure, unadulterated Mazda Miata driving experience. That's the plan.
What's the schedule for this car? Is it going to be up here for Miatas at Mazda Raceway in September?
It absolutely will. Yeah, it absolutely will. We're going to try and get it to as many Miata events as we can. In the meantime, all the Road and Track staff's going to be driving it. So right now, the plan is to drive it out and meet our web editor, Zach Bowman, in Sedona, Arizona. We're going to drive it up to meet the Flying Miata guys up in Colorado, and he's going to drive it back home to Tennessee. From Tennessee, it'll go up to Michigan and spend some time at the main office in Ann Arbor. And I'll come back out here and have some fun. Yeah, we're making friends with everybody. We've got obviously we've got the Facebook page, and you can follow along the doings of the Mazda Miata. That's facebook.com/Million Mile Miata. Teaching our friends how to drive a manual transmission with this car. We're doing some of our friends' first track days. We're going to take them out and just do a couple laps and indoctrinate them into how fun a really simple, really beautiful little sports car like the Miata is. And yeah, so far it's been great. I took my grandma out for a spin in it. It's been in a car chase in Los Angeles. It's had an interesting life in its time at Road and Track, and I'm sure it had an interesting life before we picked it up earlier this year.
Well, cool. Thanks for bringing it out, Chris, and we look forward to seeing it back here in September. And everyone should mark on your calendar Miatas at Mazda Raceway. If you're in anywhere in the West Coast, we hope to have over 1,000 Miatas here at Mazda Raceway. It's going to be a killer event. Last week at Lime Rock, it was amazing. Mazda talks about courage, conviction, and creativity, and all of those were out in force. What was it? It was the Continental Tire was running as the headliner on the traditional Memorial Day weekend at Lime Rock. And we had a driver making the second ever professional road race start, U.S. Marine Staff Sergeant Liam Dwyer. It was 3 years and 2 days after Liam lost his leg in Afghanistan serving the U.S. 3 years and 2 days after his Alive Day, and he came through in spades. It was unbelievable. Liam started the car dead last because qualifying was rained out, moved the car up into the 20s, I think he was about 25th, handed it over to Tom Long, and Tom Long, our regular prototype driver, got the job done. Let's look at a quick video highlight of that weekend. Amazing stuff at Lime Rock.
And your winners for Freedom Autosport on Memorial Day, Tom Long and Marine Staff Sergeant Liam Dwyer.
You know, I hate to say that I'm a handicap or an amputee, but it is a challenge. I got a great group of guys around me here with Mazda and Tom. You know, they're always there to support me. Memorial Day is not a day that I take lightly. To be here racing on Memorial Day, let alone a victory circle, I can't explain how awesome this feels right now.
Let's take a lap around the Belle Isle course in a Mazda 6 with one of the Speed Source racers.
Hi everyone, I'm Tristan Vautier, driver for the Mazda prototype Speed Source Skyactive. We're here at the Belle Isle Grand Prix, and I'm going to take you out on the course in this beautiful Mazda 6 Skyactive. Here we are on the track. Last corner before the front straight and the start-finish line. Just trying to push it as much as we can. Third gear. So I'm going to arrive in third gear into turn 1, which is a pretty fast corner. I'm going to keep the car in third gear. Set it up nicely for turn 2, which is a left-hander, so you got to stay on the right to make sure you open up the exit pretty well, because it leads onto the longest straight line of this track, where you're going to see a lot of passing during the race. So this is a very long straight leading into a big braking zone. So the prototype will get up to 170, 180 miles per hour maybe, brakes super late, around 300 feet from the corner. You go down to second gear, try to power through pretty early. The corner opens up on exit and leads to a pretty fast right-hander, turn 4, where you barely brake. Try to use as much road as you can on the exit. Get very close to the walls to try and make up as much time as you can. Try and braking late for turn 5, late apex, big curb, you want to stay away from it. And try to set up on the left for turn 6, which is a very important turn because it leads onto the back straightaway, which is another passing zone. So you have to exit this corner very good, very close from the tires. And the straightaway bends, so it's not easy to pass, but if you set up the car in front very good, you can pass. So we're up to 4th gear, 5th gear before this turn. Braking down to 3rd gear. The turn opens up on exit, so you don't want to slow the car down too much. Leading on to turn 8, very sharp turn. Down to 2nd gear, early on the power, leading to a fast section, very long left-hander. Turn 9 and 10. You gotta stay on the left here, keep the car tight to the curb because you gotta prepare this next turn, turn 10, which is a sharp right-hander, and get a good exit to have a good run down to turn 12. Brake pretty late, turn in early, try to use the groove of the track. And this is our last real turn, where you gotta set up the car really good for the front straightaway, which only has a kink that you will take flat on in the car. So we're about to pit. That was a lap of Detroit Belle Isle circuit. I hope you enjoyed it.
Before the race started, we spent some time with John Doonan to talk big picture scenarios for Mazda Motorsports, as well as some time with Sylvain Tremblay to talk about the latest updates to the turbo installation in the Mazda Skyactive D prototypes. One of the questions we've had on all the broadcasts is, what's been the evolution of the turbo system? So go straight to the source, the speed source, Sylvain Tremblay. What's new that you've done since the last race? Every race there's been something new, but particularly there's been a lot of work done, I know, on both the heat exchangers and the turbo system, even the little aero bits. Can you walk us through a quick update of what's going on?
Sure. Even though no major components have been changed, it's really some small bits. On the turbocharging system, the turbos are relatively the same, but we have changed one of the exhaust housings to try to speed up the lower turbo. It's really about drivability. Our peak power is about the same as how we get there. So if you can make more boost lower, you do have a price to pay that at the upper end. So it's really that balance. What we're finding out for us, especially with our Skyactiv diesel, is thermal management is critical. So how do you reject the heat? So if you can make more torque at the bottom, you can get rid of that heat a little bit quicker than at the top. So it's just been with calibration, with some different bits as far on the exhaust housings, but the overall turbo packaging has been the same. The biggest difference, like I said, has been calibration and really the drivability of the engine. So what the driver, when you ask for power, do you have it or do you have to wait? Similar to turbo lag. It's not really turbo lag because both turbos are working real hard. Is how do you balance between what the first turbo is doing and what the second turbo is doing? A lot of that has to do with calibration, and we have changed the housing size to get a little bit more response at some lower price at the top, which is a little bit less upper end, but that's okay, especially for a street course. Typically, we're above 65 PSI, which is really a huge amount because all of the fixings, all the clamps, the hoses, all of that has to go extra attention. When you think about what an intercooler does, you get 65 pounds of pressure, so it's growing like an accordion. So we're timing out intercoolers, we're learning. We cracked one in qualifying on Mazda Raceway, which hurt us a little bit in the 70 car, but all that is part of the process. So we're learning, so we're being more, I guess, careful of these little details that we've had really some good reliability with the engine bits. It's all the external stuff that has to keep up with that good Skyactiv motor.
Well, I noticed yesterday you were pointing out adding a little bit of a gurney lip here. What else have you done on the...
So really, it's not only how you get the air in, it's how you evacuate it on a prototype. So every time that you put an opening in a car, you're going to slow it down in a straight line. So for us, is how do we manage the air? Can we trip the air to try to get some evacuation is what the engineers have come up with. So we've got a little gurney lip on one of this exit to try to make a vortex so we can negative pressure so it sucks more air out of the coolers, these little things. And also what we're finding out with this particular car is little bits make big differences on the rear wing, which is really our major rear downforce generating device. So anything we can do to clean up that airflow does help us in a straight line and overall our downforce.
One of the questions we get asked frequently is, how's the program coming along? Are the goals being met? Well, the only way you can find that out is go to the top. John Doonan, how's it coming along?
Well, as racers, you measure yourself on wins, trophies collected, successes on track in front of everyone, and breakthrough weekend for us with the program. We've had a successful test day since Mazda Raceway, continue improvement with engine mapping and cooling and a little reconfiguration of our turbo system. So that's progress, and I think that's what we've tried to measure the program on, is progress.
People get frustrated if they don't see a win immediately, but from an engineering standpoint, I think we're ahead of schedule. Agreed?
Without a doubt, and I can assure everyone watching that every crew member, truck driver, hospitality person, race driver himself who straps in, engineer, they want to win faster than anyone. To bring road car technology and ask it to do more than it's ever going to be asked to do in a road car platform, in public, in a laboratory where we can show everyone we've done all this so we can provide you this in terms of a road car.
Any last words of wisdom from out to the Mazda Nation?
Well, first, we appreciate everyone watching. This opportunity we've been given to put people literally on the shoulder of the drivers for the entire race is so neat. For me as a kid, you had to be at the racetrack to see any of this. Now we're doing it with folks all over the world, literally. So we hope that people are enjoying it. We obviously want their feedback. So if there's things we can do to enhance the broadcast, we'll do our ever best to do that. But We certainly hope to put it on the podium sooner rather than later. And we got a lot of other series and a lot of good news happening at Mazda right now.
Thank you for joining us for the pre-race show. Before we go green, a couple of words to mark on your calendar. A few weeks from now, we're going to be racing at Watkins Glen. And after these last 3 sprint races, we're going to go back to a proper endurance event. We're going to have the 6 hours of Watkins Glen, brought to you by Salins. It's a great event. It's a great one to come and camp at. So we're going to switch and take you on board with the Mazda Skyactive D clean diesel prototype. Take it away.
Safety cars in, stand by. Stand by. Green flag, green flag. Yeah, they're all strung out in front of you. Looks pretty safe so far. Nelson Kanash behind in the Audi. Crew channel radio check. Give me a thumbs up. Crew channel, you hear me, sir? Trying to take care of that oil down in the water. Copy that, Tom. Copy that. All clear. You're clearing the GTD field. All clear. All clear behind. All clear behind. Copy. No problem. Copy that, acknowledge. Tire pressure is about 1 psi short right now, Tom, about 1 psi away. A happy spot. The 34-2, 34-2. Controls running 33s with edge up there, mid 33s with edge. If it doesn't get any better, we could try to do a slight lift on the upshift. We could try a slight lift. Clear, Tom, all clear. Joel is cleared, Ed ahead. The 33-1, 33-1.
How the revs looking, Dave, on the ship? The template's pretty happy at the moment. Yeah, everything looks good. T5.
Seven ahead, 33-3 ahead. Nice job. Once we clear Ed here, we should see the temperature start to stabilize a little bit better.
Right.
Copy. Last lap was a 32.9 at 33.3. After that, Tom. Forward at 32.9 ahead. Copy that, Tom. Copy that. Copy. Copy that. Can you let me know when the prototype build is here to be built? With that. Kept doing it, so work around it. Tom, let's go to driver mode, position 5, please. Driver mode 5. You got a car front backwards, exit of turn 6, driver's left, the blue Audi. This is turn 6, be advised, he's on driver's left, Audi going towards the exit road, blue, you're coming on him, slow down. Inside, good, clear. Harry, stay driver's right. Clear. speed, low and high speed.
Keep on playing with it. It won't always be consistent on the upstream.
Copy that, Tom. Any info you give us will help. Any info will help. You're doing a great job. Tom, just for info, you're still on TC position 8 right now, TC 8. Slow and turning, so.
Fourth gear through 9 tend to help reduce revs for a long time.
Copy. Then you 216. Joel, there's a GTD car that went off exit of 3. There's debris on the racing line towards the exit. He has continued. To the 3. It's moved slightly outside, stay inside on the exit. To the driver's right on the exit of that corner. Slow down, let these guys have it until you see the debris. Please. Say that, Tom. Copy. Backwards in 11, trying to continue. Tom. Clear. Just a heads up, Tom, you got the overall race leaders about 4 seconds back. Black. Turn 6, we got cars backwards. Should be gone when you get there. Leader about 1 second behind that GTD car, black SunTrust. Leaders are coming. Be advised, you might get the 10 car in 9, 10, 11. Cars right behind Tom. Small gap, 2 more DPs, blue followed by white. And car inside ESM, you've got 13. Right, 10 cars on here, he's going to look inside for 3. Apartment 46. Good job. Was there contact there, Joel? Yeah. Sorry, Scott Sharp. Scott Sharp. Got a good gap behind right now, good gap from behind. They've got 270 of oil. Do what you can. Do what you can. Short shift. We can start thinking about coasting into 3. Coast into 3. We have a 30 car inside, stay outside exit of turn 6. Heads up, you got a car spun, exit of 6, driver's right. It's going to be a Porsche up against the wall. Clear on the 30. Nice job, Tom. Thomas is behind, no pressure from edge.
Tires for the driver change. Yeah, see that water temp today, 221.
Side exit of turn 6, right side. 6, we've had 3 cars go off there. There's some debris on the outside. Turn 6, slow down, be very, very careful. We got guys moving around in turn 6. On the exit of turn 6, driver's left by the tires. Ferrari driver's right, exit turn 6. The exit. Nice split. Last lap was a 34 flat to edge, 36.6 from behind. What you're doing, bud? You're doing a good job out there. Around a lot. Exit of 6, lots of water. Full course yellow. Joe, full course yellow.
You're ready, boys.
Copy that, Tom. Copy that. The oil's going to take a little longer. Just keep doing what you can here to help us. Bryce Miller's in the 48.
Full stop.
Guys, drop the tire pressure 1 pound, all 4. Drop the tire pressure 1 pound, all 4. Right now, Tom, take the car going in turn 3, so start checking up about middle down the front straight here. Driver's right through turn 6, Bill. They might be sending some people out there. Tom, be ready to pit next time by. We'll do a driver change. Driver change. There's a street sweeper outside turn 6. Joel, be ready right in the window. Copy, Tom. Be ready to pit next time by. Be ready to pit next time by. Just stand by. Stand by.
We're ready for pit if we go. Probably going to be good time, guys. You ready? Okay, we'll stay out for now.
Leaders in turn 9 right now, Tom. Stand by.
Yeah, we got a cold pressure alarm because it's just so cooled off so rapidly.
Got it. 70 is behind us on the road, Bob. Behind us.
Stay out, stay out.
Yeah, probably, Bob.
Confirm we have okay water pressure. I just got another water pressure alarm.
We are staying in line. Stay out, stay in line.
Let me know when you want to balance up, Dave.
Down.
Car was pushed.
Okay, copy that, Tom. Tom, just heads up here, when we stop, the 07 will be ahead of us. You're going to have to nose around that car and try to place the car on the sign as best you can, like we discussed. Okay, Tom, pit this time, driver change. The lane will be getting in. Roll your shoulders, roll your hips. Copy, Tom, copy. Just watch the outside tire changer on 07 here.
Angelo, warm up the tires. Be in mind, Chris, I'm sorry. Be in mind, still debris in turn 6, still water on the outside.
catch up. This will be GT pit only, GT only, we're staying out. See that? Joe's just telling me, keep this in mind, that you're going to get a good, probably 10, 12 laps. You're going to start to just lose overall grip to a four-wheel slide, and another 10, 12 laps after that. That's when the front starts to dip away, and your car's going to tend more toward understeer everywhere. Alright, so then Tom was saying he's using second. Turn 11. Fourth gear through turn 10. On the safety car going green next time. pulling. All right, so they be ready going green this time. And onto the front straightaway, pieces of a wing, pieces of bodywork. Alright, so heads up, there's debris, driver's left, out of turn 12, turn 13, driver's left debris. Okay, cars are hitting it, it's moving around. Normal line, go slow. You're coming into it now. Backing up, you guys are making a small gap. Sylvain, 10-4, go to Mega Emergency, see if that gets any better. Mega Emergency, you may need a lift on up. Full course yellow, radio check, radio check. We got a car off outside turn 12, trying to continue. Power wall's almost up. Just heads up, you got a car off, driver's left at turn 12 when you get to it, just heads up. Cars are moving, but the tires are reset. Driver mode 5, driver mode 5. Tristan, on that pit stop, how was the 0 to first shift? Is that okay? Copy that. You're about 1 or 2 psi away on the front, about 3 psi away on the rear. Get that on the GoPro, guys, or no?
Hey, those tires that went on the car were set at 322, correct? The tires that were on the car now should be 23 and 22. Is that what you set them at? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, copy that. We saw that. Stand by. That is correct, Sylvain. That is correct. That, Sylvain. Copy that. Keep us aware.
Low. Right in 6. Not on the half right now. But I don't think it's anything with the controller. I think it's mechanical, maybe.
10-4. Sylvain, just heads up, use caution to turn 12, say driver's right to turn 12. There's a car hard in the tire wall, they gotta fix all that right now. They got a bunch of people on the tire wall, Tristan. This is going to go on for a little bit more. See that? Copy that, Sylvain. Stand by. system. Good. It may have a shifting issue on the 70. We're going to work together to try to get through this. If there's a big pace differential, we will go around him, but we have to be good together so we don't let the GTDs go, because we're going to try to keep both prototypes ahead of the GTDs. Run with him and be nice, and stay put for now, and then we will keep you updated.
Tristan is not going to make any sort of attempt on you. He's going to stay behind unless he goes through some other issues.
Sylvain's having trouble quickly grabbing gears. He's going to be a little bit slow out of 2, and he's going to slow on downshifting going into 3. Be advised, be aware of that. Restart, you should be able to follow Sylvain through 1 and 2. Going into 3, I need you to pull out, but do not move on Sylvain in 3.
Copy all of that, copy. Sylvain, there's really not much we can do about it, unfortunately, at this moment. Have to try to manage it as best we can. We could try mega emergency, maybe, to see if that helps.
Just in case there's a stutter on his downshift, we don't want to wad up both of them together. Yeah, copy that.
Trigger emergency, and then we'll see that upshift under full power.
Copy that, keep us aware. The blip on down and the blip on the down manually. Ten-4. Fire 7. Copy that, Sylvain, copy. Scrubbing, they're doing a pass around these cars on your right. think all the pass around cars are already by.
Sylvain. That'll just help him get away quicker.
So then the pass around is complete. Pass around is complete.
What's up? Are we lights out?
Not yet, Sylvain. Not yet. Just GT pit. GT only pit. copy that. Start thinking about going green 1 or 2 from now, I think. Lights are still on. Lights still on. Copy that, Sylvain. Copy that.
Dave, the grip telemetry this time?
Yeah, we're working on it. I was just going to tell you.
Smoke map looks good coming out of 6 there, Dave. Interesting.
Copy that. All right, Sylvain, going green this time. Green this time. Going green this time. We've got about 28 minutes remaining in the race. And 5 for green. Okay, start going through turn 12 right now. Looks good.
Charlie, I'll call to you. Be ready?
Stand by. Green flag. Green flag. Acknowledge when you can. We see it.
Yeah.
80 meters behind.
go by them. We just don't need to make a huge pass out of it.
Short gap behind. We've been working since 5.
Go for it.
Copy that, Sylvain. Let's try mega emergency. Copy that.
I can get the floor here, I'm just being pulled up in traffic and I don't...
Copy. We're almost clear of traffic right now, Sylvain. You should be clear behind. Good gap behind me now. Next car back is going in the turn section now.
Anticipate the shift lights. Anticipate the white lights more distant.
Let's go to driver mode 1. Let's go back to 1. Try the higher red.
Light system. Anticipate the white shift lights.
Copy. We'll stay at this mode and then watch the temperature. Copy that. We see the water temp up there. We got a pull early. Climb now. Copy, copy. Driver mode 6, Tristan. Go to driver mode 6. Clear behind us. Clear behind. Nobody around. Race leaders going to turn 2 right now. 10 car black. Car back, followed by Spirit. Side. Small gap to Spirit, directly behind. One driver's right, outside, clear behind. Small gap to the dealer car. Following behind. one car directly behind. Both cars, two coming, looking inside. Clear behind. Next car behind the scenes, car forced about 6 car lengths back. Clear behind, clear.
leave a lane, clear inside. Nothing in the corner. Pack up 2, Sylvain, pack up 2. Back. Gonna be followed by ESM. Got a small gap to the Ferrari, followed by a DP car. Clear behind, clear behind. Big gap to the next car behind.
The car's moving now, the car's moving. Watch for debris breaking in at turn 7. Copy. Coming to the checker flag. Checker flag is out. Take the checker. See where debris everywhere coming off the Action Express car. Reminder for the words at Mazda and fans at home. Then let's cool it down, please. Cool it down. Just heads up, you're coming up through all the debris now. Just heads up. Assistant. Nice job. Good spotting, buddy. They're going to wave you through. We stop in the box? Are they going to let us? Alright, stop in the box. No. Up. Yeah, I'm not sure what you said, Sylvain, but I see you getting out right now at the truck. Yeah, copy that, Sylvain. P9, like I said, P9, just ahead of us. Tristan Nunez, P8, so, like you said.
4, I'm out.